the tattoo that changed everything. In a small, quiet town nestled in the heart of America, life had a predictable rhythm. The sun rose and set, and the townspeople lived their lives, indifferent to the world beyond their small community. But that was all about to change one fateful evening. A young black woman named Layla had recently moved to town, seeking peace after years of living in larger, more chaotic cities. She found a modest apartment and started working at a local diner. Layla had always worn her heritage with pride, expressing herself through fashion, art, and, most importantly, her tattoos. One tattoo, in particular, was her pride and joy, a stunning piece that wrapped around her forearm, depicting an intricate African tribal design. It was a symbol of strength, heritage, and the resilience of her ancestors. However, not everyone in the town was as accepting of Layla's presence. A local gang, known for their racial hatred and violence, had long terrorized the area. They saw themselves as the protectors of a pure way of life, and anyone who didn't fit their narrow, bigoted view of the world was a target. Layla, with her bold tattoos and unapologetically black presence, had become a symbol of everything they despised. One evening, after her shift at the diner, Layla was walking home when she found herself surrounded by a group of gang members. They sneered at her, hurling insults about her appearance and her tattoos. The gang leader, a man named Kyle, stepped forward, his eyes narrowing as he studied her arm. "What's that on your skin?" Kyle spat, his voice dripping with contempt. Layla stood her ground, not flinching. "It's my heritage. It's who I am." The gang members laughed, but their laughter was tinged with discomfort. They had no interest in understanding her heritage or her story. They were there to intimidate, to break her spirit. But then, something strange happened. Kyle stepped closer to her, his eyes fixed on the tattoo as if something about it unsettled him. The other gang members, sensing the change in atmosphere, fell silent. "What are you staring at, Kyle?" one of them asked, his voice laced with confusion. Kyle took a step back, his expression turning pale. This tattoo. It's not just some random design." His voice wavered. "This symbol. It means something, doesn't it? It's ancient. It's powerful." Layla raised an eyebrow, a flicker of recognition passing through her mind. She had never shared the deeper meaning of her tattoo with anyone, but it seemed that the symbol held a weight far beyond what she had realized. Kyle's hand trembled as he reached out to touch the tattoo, but Layla quickly swatted it away. "Stay back. You don't understand, but the damage was done." The panic was beginning to set in. The gang members, who had always prided themselves on their sense of superiority, suddenly found themselves face to face with something they couldn't comprehend. Kyle, visibly shaken, looked at Layla with newfound fear in his eyes. "Where did you get this tattoo?" he demanded, his voice no longer full of bravado, but with an edge of panic. "What does it really mean?" Layla, sensing the opportunity to turn the tables, replied calmly. "This tattoo was passed down through generations. It's a symbol of survival. My ancestors carried it through slavery, through injustice, through every hardship. It's more than ink, it's a story. And it's not one you can erase by attacking me." The gang members looked at each other, their uncertainty growing. They had no idea what they were dealing with. This wasn't just a tattoo, it was a testament to a history they had never bothered to understand. Layla's calm confidence, coupled with the weight of her words, made them hesitate for the first time. One by one, the gang members began to back away, their bravado crumbling in the face of the truth Layla had just shared. Kyle, once a leader of violence, now seemed like a small child in the presence of something far larger than his hate. "I don't want any part of this," Kyle muttered, his voice trembling as he turned and motioned for his gang to leave. They all shuffled away, uncertain, their hostility replaced by confusion and fear. Layla stood there, her chest rising and falling with each breath. The attack had not gone as they planned. She was still standing, stronger than ever. She knew this encounter wouldn't be the last, but something had shifted. The gang had seen the power behind her tattoo, and for the first time, they realized that their hate was small in comparison.